Hi, everyone. My name is Leah Duitsman. I'm a licensed audiologist and a clinical specialist at Advanced Bionics. I'd like to start by thanking the University of Chicago for allowing me to present on AV's dedicated pediatric solution, the Sky CIM90. This processor received FDA approval in December of 2020 and began shipping in February of 2021. The Sky Marvel CI is the world's first sound processor designed specifically for children. It offers a powerful hearing experience, flexibility throughout a growing child's adventures, and the ultimate ease of use through several wireless protocols. From the design of the processor itself to the years of research that both Phonak and AB have spent developing the advanced operating system, also known as AutoSense Sky OS, the Sky CIM is uniquely suited to meet the needs of pediatric cochlear implant recipients. This sound processor offers exceptional hearing performance. It's built for your patient's evolving needs, from understanding language to developing social skills. And then finally, the universal Bluetooth connectivity has been a game changer for so many of our current recipients who have upgraded, and also a huge decision factor for newly implanted recipients. The sound processing algorithm, AutoSense OS Sky 3.0, offers a powerful hearing experience. This is an advanced environmental classifier that actually analyzes the environment every 0.4 seconds. Then it takes that information and it blends various acoustic scenes to optimize these settings based on a particular listening environment that your patient is in. So this operating system can recognize if a child is on a noisy playground or if they're doing focused one-on-one work with a teacher, and it's going to adjust automatically to make sure that they are hearing their best. What makes AutoSense Sky so unique is the years and years of work Phonak has poured into researching and developing the appropriate front-end processing settings for kids of all different ages. The Pediatric Advisory Board at Phonak spent years researching and listening to the needs of children to identify exactly what they need in order to develop auditory skills like their typically hearing peers. This research was incorporated into the operating system. This generation processor has an updated ergonomic design. The bottom of the processor curves against the contour of the ear, which helps to keep the device secure. We also now have an integrated cable and coil, which is dubbed the Slim HP or Slim headpiece, because it's lighter and it's slimmer. This design is more cosmetically appealing. It's more comfortable to wear. Kiddos can even wear it underneath of a baseball hat or a helmet. And then lastly on this slide, you'll see the M waterproof battery. I just quickly want to touch on this. We're going to dive much more in detail in just a moment. But this accessory, it's really, really small and it's really sturdy. And it's worn with a longer cable that actually has a headpiece microphone embedded into the coil. It offers exceptional battery life. It's totally waterproof. And it also has an audible alert that can be activated if the implant loses lock. And then finally, I mentioned that it had that headpiece mic. It actually utilizes that patented technology that AB has, where it has the headpiece mic actually has that hydrophobic coating. So this means that there's no case or there's no cover over the microphone when it is in that waterproof configuration. I'd be remiss if I didn't touch on the AB bimodal solution. So the Sky CI and the Sky Link M are the industry's first bimodal solution designed exclusively for kids. Both devices run on AutoSense Sky operating system. They both have integrated connectivity. They can both be programmed in the same software. And both devices actually have microphone technology that works in tandem by creating beamforms for optimal listening. And then finally, feedback we've heard from audiologists and parents alike is how seamless both devices really connect to Bluetooth, to Roger, and also to the AV remote app. In addition to everything I just mentioned, there's specific features to the SkyLink hearing aid that are pertinent to the peds population. These include that robust IP68 rating for the hearing aid. The hearing aid also has tamper-proof battery doors for safety. You have LED indicator lights for parents and caregivers. I mentioned before, but it is compatible with the AV remote app. And then last but certainly not least, the Sky processor and the Sky Link have access to Roger Direct. The Sky Link is a superpower hearing aid. It's a BTE. It's also a 90 level device. This is appropriate for patients who have moderate to profound hearing loss and can be coupled with a traditional slim tube or your standard tubing coupled with an ear mold. The SkyLink comes with a 5-year warranty for patients who are 18 and younger. So a study was conducted in 2019 that looked at the media use in the pediatric population as well as in the classroom. Researchers discovered that 78% of elementary school students reported that they regularly use a tablet or smartphone. And then right on par, 79% of the surveyed schools also reported the use of tablets in the classroom. So the main takeaway, and why I have this slide up here, is just to show or to demonstrate that connectivity is more important than ever for our school age kids. That's why universal Bluetooth connectivity has been such a hit with Sky Marvel. Kids are able to connect with Chromebooks, Xbox systems, PS4 systems, any type of cell phone, smart TVs. Basically, if it has Bluetooth, they are going to be able to stream from it. Additionally, when they're streaming phone calls, Bluetooth technology allows for hands-free calling. So this means that they do not need to hold their phone up or even have their phone close when they're streaming a phone call, and they do not need any kind of intermediary device. Your patients are also going to have access to the AV remote app, which allows for discrete control, and also it has a device check to allow for troubleshooting of the devices. So here's a closer look at the AV remote mobile app. So this app is available for both iPhone and Androids. If a patient has their phone set to another language, the app is also going to populate in that language. For any audiologists or educational providers in the audience today, something I highly recommend is actually downloading this app onto your phone. There's a really helpful demo mode that's useful when troubleshooting with parents or even fielding phone calls where parents have a question about the app. So naturally in the app, you're going to be able to change volume. You can change programs on both the cochlear implant as well as a cochlear implant and a hearing aid. Patients also have the ability to adjust the environmental optimizer, which you can see here on the screen. So this allows for the mixing ratio to be more narrowly focused to the streaming device. So in this example, you can see that we're using Roger Direct. So if the patient slid the little circle there closer to the word mic, that is going to increase the audibility from the Roger microphone. On the flip side, if you moved the little slider all the way to the left to surrounding, that's actually going to focus more on the processor mics and reduce the streaming input from the Roger mic. So this actually allows for a lot of flexibility for your patients, and this is going to be available with any accessory that has been paired through the app. The app also has a device check. So this is going to give parents, patients, caregivers peace of mind that their child's equipment is working, and they can actually check this anytime they need to. So it provides information on the battery status. You can also check the various microphones. In this example, it's showing us that there's an issue with the T mic, so it needs to be changed. There's a gray little question mark by it, so you'd want to change that out. And then it also provides headpiece status information. And this is all going to be at your fingertips. And then the other thing I want to point out is at the very bottom of this device check, you can see progressive levels. So this is where a parent or a caregiver is actually going to change that progressive level. Usually this happens either at the appointment following the initial activation or in the weeks after, just to give the child more and more access to sound. The app is also going to display information on the opposite hearing aid ear. So you can play a little beep to make sure that the instrument is working, and then you can also conduct a microphone check. For the first time, the Sky CI and the Sky Link offer Roger Direct. This is something exclusively offered from A.B. and Phonak. Roger Direct involves wirelessly installing receivers into the devices. With Marvel devices, your patients will not need a physical receiver boot attached to their device. The receiver is installed actually into the body of the processor, which allows for the patients to use the battery of their choosing. The Roger On IN, which is an accessory we currently offer in the kit, comes with two Au.3 receivers. Again, for any educational audiologists in the audience today, you are able to have one Au.2 receiver as well as one Au.3 receiver in all devices. There's a quick image of the Sky CI compared to the sizing of our previous generation, the Naida Q. So now we're going to circle back to the M waterproof battery. This is the world's first waterproof battery for a sound processor. It's compact, it offers 18 plus hours of charge, and it also allows for patients to stream Bluetooth and Roger when it's in this configuration. Think of all your patients who play sports, maybe they're on the swim team, they're outdoorsy. If somebody sweats a lot, they just like to get messy, or people who really like to work out. Patients can now stream Spotify while they're hitting the gym, and they can also have their swim coaches provide one-on-one coaching through Roger when in this configuration. One thing to note is that to use the waterproof battery, you do need to create an additional program in Target CI called the off-ear program. This is going to activate the headpiece microphone that's needed in this configuration. The waterproof battery is exactly what kids and parents need in a waterproof solution. It's robust, it's small, it attaches easily through a clip or an armband, and the battery life ensures that you can get through a full day of adventures. The battery is tamper-proof, and it also has that audible alarm that can be programmed to let parents, daycare providers, teachers, and whoever else would need to know that the headpiece has become unlocked, and also comes with a clip or armband to keep the device in place. In addition to the waterproof battery, there are several other wearing options to increase retention on little ears. The Snuggie, the retention cuff, and the wearing clip ensure there's a secure fit for every ear out there. I also want to note that the Snuggie and the retention cuff are available for free on the new system order form. So make sure you're always checking off those options when you're placing your orders. And then the color options are pretty cool. I know my favorite is definitely the Majesty Purple, but the Blue Ocean and the Caribbean Pirate seem to be hits in the Chicago area. Finally, here's a broad overview of everything the Sky CI has to offer. So we've discussed the compatible hearing aid, the various wearing options, Bluetooth connectivity, and also the advantages of Roger Direct. But I'd also like to point out that Marvel devices connect with the Phonak TV streamer, as well as Phonak's partner mic. These devices work on a protocol called Airstream, but also are going to be readily available in the A.B. remote app. The TV streamer is obviously for, streaming from your TV, but it can also be plugged into a computer to help with like Zoom meetings or Microsoft Team calls, help with any like virtual learning experience. And then the partner mic is a really popular option for parents. This is a personal microphone that is really recommended to be used kind of one-on-one. So oftentimes parents will wear this mic while they're riding in the car to improve listening for their child in the back seat. I've also seen parents utilize this microphone while the child is on the playground, so they can kind of yell at them from afar or while the family is out to a bike ride or something like that. So let's discuss some troubleshooting tips. First, let's cover Bluetooth. So A.B. actually recommends a specific order for pairing Bluetooth. You want to go with Bluetooth Classic, which would be phone calls. So you want to pair through Bluetooth Classic first, and then you want to pair through the app. The other interesting thing is that with Bluetooth Classic, you are only going to pair to the primary Bluetooth ear. So you'll only connect to one device. But in the app, since you're using a different protocol, that Bluetooth Low Energy, you're going to pair to both devices. Anytime you run into issues with Bluetooth, this list right here is kind of things I recommend to try. So first, a good old restart never hurts. Go ahead and try restarting your phone. I would also take a look and make sure that the software on the phone is up to date. You can always start fresh by forgetting all devices and repairing. And then there's a lot of resources out there for you to check out on the A.B. website, or also available on YouTube. But of course, feel free. My email is going to be up on the last slide. You can always reach out to me too if you want to review anything or need additional help. All right, so next, troubleshooting accessories. Things to remember. The accessory always needs to be charged, it needs to be turned on, and you need to have paired to the accessory at some point. A quick little reminder about Roger. Roger is going to come with 2 of those O3 receivers. Receivers need to be installed first, and then they do need to be paired with the devices. So that's like a 2-step process. Troubleshooting things to try. Check to see if you're actively streaming. So when streaming from an accessory, it will populate automatically on that A.B. remote app. So it's a really great way to tell if you've successfully paired. The other thing you can do is if you have access to a listening check, you can actually pop that listening check on and then listen for the stream signal. And then if you're ever unsure, my recommendation is kind of to start the process over and just repeat to make sure you're properly paired. All right. So up until this point, we've kind of reviewed all of the benefits of the cochlear implant, but I did want to just quickly touch on Target CI. So Target CI is the new programming software. It's compatible with the NOAA database. It allows for wireless programming through the NOAA Link Wireless. So this has been especially exciting for kids because they are, they can kind of move about the programming room, they can jump up and down, and we can still get the programming that we need to get done during the appointment. And then for audiologists out there is a training mode. So you can go in ahead of a patient arriving and kind of click around and remember where everything is. And then you also have direct access to the A.B. Pro portal. So here's a quick look at the fitting software. So what's unique about Target CI is it allows for you to fit both the sound processor and the hearing aid at the same time in the same software, wirelessly to boot. So we know that every moment really counts, and not having to change rooms, change software. We've heard from a lot of audiologists that this has really streamlined the programming process. And then finally, you can really fine tune based on your patient's needs and feedback underneath of the different scene classifiers within AutoSense. You can also fine tune underneath of any of the streaming programs or accessory programs. So there's no limit on what you can change to ensure that your patients are hearing well. There's a lot of flexibility in the software where you can really get in there and change front end features, change the way that the microphones are working, all of that. So today I've covered a lot of information on what the bimodal solution from A.B. has to offer, as well as what the Sky CI has to offer in the various accessories. I do want to just throw it out there that there is an opportunity on Audiology Online to kind of work your way through additional modules, and CEUs will be provided. There's 8.5 CEUs up for grabs. So if you would like to learn more about this, please contact me. Again, my name is Leah Duitsman. I have my email down here. It's just leah.duitsman@advancedbionics.com. Please reach out if you have any questions about anything that we talked about today or would like me to go into anything in further detail. Thank you all so much for your time and attention. And again, thank you to the University of Chicago for inviting me to speak today.